guys, welcome back to my channel. I'm extremely excited about today's video because it involves my husband. If you don't already know by the title, he is going to be involved in picking my books for this week, and I'm super excited because it's kind of new-ish. It's a little different. I'm thinking of doing that like TikTok trend where you see like a hairdresser or a nail salon hold up a piece of paper and they blindly choose what they're doing, but in this case is what we're going to be reading this week. So I'm super excited. I cannot wait for the first pick to start off this week and see how it goes. So let's go see what my husband decides to choose. Okay, pick one.
Multiple.
No, there's just one, or it's two. Alright, so he chose Breakaway, and honestly, I have no idea what this whole entire book entails, so I'm super excited to read it and tell you what it's about. All I know so far is that it's a college romance, and it's Coach's daughters, so I think I'll like it. I love like brother's best friend type trope. So far it has really good ratings, so I'm sort of hopeful, but sometimes I feel like I jinx myself with that, so we shall see. So let's go ahead, let's start reading Breakaway and see what it's about. Oh, also, it's like part of a trilogy, kind of like Twisted Love, Twisted Games, that sort of thing, where you don't have to read the first one. They're kind of like standalone, but they have like the same characters within it, I believe. So that will be interesting to see if I will get confused or what. So let's go read, let's go get some coffee, let's have some fun, let's have a chill day. Let's go. Quite literally been sitting here for the past like maybe 2 hours reading Breakaway, right? And it caught me so off guard. I really don't know if I'm gonna be able to finish the book because it is quite literally just an adult book within like seconds. And I was not expecting that. I thought there'd be more so of like a relationship, maybe. No relationship at all. If anything, it's just like friends with benefits, and so I probably won't be finishing that one. They don't really like each other, but it's very much not my kind of book. I love like the romance in a book, and this one doesn't really have that, at least at the point where I am choosing to stop. But yeah, just so you're aware. So I can't do that. So that's where I'm going to be ending that book. But let's go ahead and see what we're going to be reading for the next one and maybe try again tomorrow. How about that? Yeah. How about that? Let's go. Okay, pick one. Yeah!
Say you swear.
Yeah!
Delivery.
Yay! A book that I feel like has been hyped a little bit in the book community, and I haven't read it yet, and so I'm really excited. And I just finished chapter 1, and already it is like so cute. So basically what I'm getting from is it's going to be brother's best friend, and they all end up going to this beach house for their like last graduation out of high school type thing before they head off to college. So I'm like really excited to know what happens next, how the relationship builds, because I feel like they probably both liked each other but just haven't said anything or done anything simply because brother's best friend. So I don't know, I'm really excited. It's already kind of cute. I love how it's written so far, and I cannot wait to see what else is in store with this book. I think it's gonna be like the cutest book. Like I can literally already tell. I feel it in my bones, so I hope it doesn't disappoint. I did start way late today for reading, so I'll probably end up reading into tomorrow and then start a new book then. I'll see how far I can get into today's video, but it probably won't be the whole book like I anticipated. So that is that, but let's continue reading because I feel like I already understand the hype for sure. So here is a reading update. I'm finally on page 132, and I feel like now it's just getting good. I feel like up until this point, a little bit repetitive, just like a smidge, and low-key feel like I don't know if it's just like me or the writing style of the book, but there's parts where I'm reading and I'm just so confused. Like I don't know if like I missed something in the beginning or I wasn't like paying attention fully, but I like legit there's like parts I'm like, wait, what is happening? Like I have no idea what is going on. So that's kind of like how I feel right now. I'm a little confused just at like some parts, but I'm like finally kind of getting like into it, if that makes sense. Like I'm finally getting the gist of it, and I think I just hit like not like a plot twist, but I really thought that it was gonna go a certain way, and I really don't know if I want to like say it because I don't want to like ruin anything. But at this point I feel like she kind of said like the say you swear part, and I'm like freaking out because it's just so crazy. And I feel like from here on out it's gonna be really good, but usually like in my book I'm like, okay, once it hits 100 pages, that's it. Like I'm kind of getting bored, and so we hit that point, and it's been a while for me to like still go on, and I'm mostly doing it just because of like the video purposes. But that's where we are now. I'm glad I stuck through it because I was really kind of like not feeling it for a while. So I'm only 25% in. I have been like reading really late, so we're going on day 2 on this book, which is really bad. I didn't read like anything yesterday, and I started late today, so that's really great. But anyways, I will keep you guys updated because this is wild. And they just got back from like their beach trip, and crazy stuff happened there. She ends up going back home early, and now they've been at college for like a few weeks, and there's been some football games and parties and all that sort of stuff, and it's just crazy. But that is kind of like where we are now. It's like kind of picking up. I'm trying to see like what else would happen in this book that's not extremely repetitive, because it's just college football games, parties, meeting people, you know, that sort of thing. So I'm just kind of curious as to how it will keep going. But yeah, that's it for now. literally quite insane. I just got to like a certain part in the book. Oh my goodness. I just got to a certain part in the book and it's kind of like a plot twist, okay? And I wasn't expecting it, and it's kind of slow. Like the book isn't very fast paced like I kind of hoped like a romance would be. It's a little slow for me, but I cannot wait to figure out what's gonna happen. Like I feel like in my mind it's gonna go away that I don't want it to go, but like I secretly hope it would happen, but at the same time I don't, if that makes sense. Like there's a person that is better for her that is out there, and I want her to have that person. I feel like she's just gonna fall back to her tried and true one and only type thing, which is fine, but it's just so confusing. Like I want to talk to you about it, but I don't want to spoil anything if you want to end up like reading it. I love it so far. It's like it's giving me so many like giddiness. There's so many sweet guys in it. It's like a really just huge friend group, and they've always been together since childhood, and they're going through like college together and having different experiences together, and it kind of reminds me of just like summer. Like it would just be such a good summer read. Makes you smile. Like they're just such like a good friend group, and I love it. But the drama that like comes with and like things that are going on, I really enjoy it, but like I said, it's just a little slow, but it's so cute. Like her relationships are just so cute. I don't know, I like low-key want this to be a movie. Like you know when you can read a book and it just screams movie, like you just picture it already. Like that's this book. Like it's so cute. So that's all for now. They finally said the title of the book, and I'm literally screaming because it partially means it's gonna go in the direction that I want it to go into. But at the same time, I'm so scared. Like I don't want it to be the other person. So it's getting so good. I'm on page 208. Like 208, and it's getting good. Like why couldn't it be a lot earlier, you know? Like it took so long to get to this point. I'm not well, to say the least. Like I just got to like part 2, or like the second like plot twist, and a reason why this character is like busy on a certain day. I'm just not well. Why? Why? This book. This book. That's all. This book. Okay, so I have a few updates because I kind of messed up just a little. This like reading vlog was supposed to be 3 days, and I thought I chose 3 books that I could probably finish in like a work day and then review it. And so one of the books that I chose, as you saw, was Say You Swear. And I don't know why, but I think my Kindle lied to me. It said that I could finish the book in 8 hours. And I started reading and it turned to 10, turned to 11. I thought it was like maybe a 300-page book. And I was like, why is it taking me so long to read this book? Like, what is going on? And I finished it. I'm so excited to talk about it. But that is why the vlog is just a little bit longer than anticipated. It hasn't come out yet. So I wanted to talk about Say You Swear because it is like a 550-page book, And I somehow managed to read it in 3 days, really reading for maybe like 4 hours a day. So that is pretty good. I could have finished it in maybe 2 days. But that's besides the point. I want to like just say all my feelings for this book. One, I highly, highly, highly recommend. I loved it. And I just was like, also go into it blind, because I had no idea what this book was about other than like a romance, football, sport romance type book. And that's all I know. So if you don't know anything, go into it blind, read it. You will love it. And I don't know, like, it's just crazy. Okay, so let's start with the beginning. The beginning of the book threw me for a loop. I was like I said, I just couldn't choose. Like, I don't know. I don't want to do any spoilers because it's just crazy. So I'll just state how I felt. I low-key, like, through like the beginning, maybe like 30% of the book, the feeling that I was getting was kind of how I was feeling with It Ends With Us. And I was like, what's gonna happen? Like, what's going on? But that was only for a short amount of time, and it's nothing like It Ends With Us at all. It's just like that feeling that It Ends With Us gave me. So that's kind of like how, at first, like how I felt. And then there was like some parts of the book that were just a little slow for me, but I didn't realize it was such a slow burn. Like, after reading it, it didn't feel like a slow burn to me at all. It was like bam, 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 like plot twist after plot twist after plot twist. I was thrown for a loop, and there were just things that I never even would have imagined happened, and it was just literally insane. I think like maybe 60%. I was just crying through like the rest of the book. Like, I was messed up internally, and I just still feel so many emotions towards this book. Like, it is literally so good. So read it. But I will say it is kind of spicy-ish. But there's so much like plot that I could just like skip over, and it didn't take up the whole entire book, which was really nice. I really like that about books, if it has more so storyline rather than it being purely based off spice. So there is that, but I loved it so much, and I'm trying to remember what I was gonna say about it. But yeah, it is so, okay, yeah, that's what I was gonna say. There was like parts of the book where I was like, oh my goodness, this is a 5-star read. But because like I was so confused with like some of the writing and how it was written, like I just didn't know what was happening in that scene. But I mean, obviously it wasn't too important. Like, I got the important stuff out of it, but I don't know, like there was parts where I just was like, wait, what is going on here? Like, what's happening? Or like, did I miss something like in the previous page or what? So I don't know what that was about. I don't know if anyone else has had that feeling with this book. So for me, it was like a 3.8. Big like scheme of things and like the story of everything was like a 5-star, if that makes sense. So like if I had sections of the book, 5-star for like overall, but like 3-star for writing purposes. Like I kind of was lost sometimes, and I've never felt that way in a book, and I've read like quite a few. So like I don't know why that one was so rough. But we're gonna go ahead and read our third book and final book. Oh my goodness. And hopefully today we'll finish it and have just like the grand time, and then I'll finally be able to post this one because I've really enjoyed this one. I feel like I found a really good book, easily like a 4-star for me, and I am happy with that. So if you want to talk more about Say You Swear, I would love to talk about it some more because truly like so good. And I've seen so many people on TikTok say like they really don't like it. Like they've tried like 3 times and they still can't get into it, and it's like such a slow burn. And I'm like, how was that a slow burn? Like I don't see how. I think it was just because there's so much like random drama and stuff like in between when you finally get to certain parts, and it's like her inner dialogue, but she's also like talking with everyone else. So I could see how it could be boring, but like it wasn't boring for me. Like I just love the drama. So that's that. Let's go see what other book we're gonna read and dive into the next book.
Pick one.
Nice. Sweet. Flock has been a very interesting book so far. I want to do like a little update now that I've read a few chapters, actually, not a few pages, and kind of just talk about it. I don't know what this book is about, so we are going in extremely blind once again. We love that. I feel like I always find really good books going in blind, and I feel like it's gonna be like a mystery, romance, bad blood type stuff. I don't know, like I just get that vibe like there's a cult or something within this group of people. And so far I've like the main character, hasn't had a really good past. Her parents separated a long time ago. She lives with her mom, but her mom's going through some addiction things, and so she is now forced to live with her dad just for the better of her life, and he's extremely rich. She's trying to just gain the inheritance that he's given her. So her plan is to work with her dad for a year, get that inheritance, and basically leave and like support her mom and just have like financial freedom. And so during her time at her stay, she's met a group of people. That's basically it so far that I've gathered. She went to like a party with this group of people. He's basically telling her she needs to be like extremely, just can't be like shy. She has to be very stern and all that jazz. And so far, like I love when a book has more dialogue in it. And this one has a ton of inner dialogue on her end. I'm low-key just a little bit getting annoyed because it's extremely repetitive with the whole mom thing and how like, I hate my dad. He's so rude. He's lifeless. He's type A to the core and we don't like him, blah, 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 blah. And his house is so stale, but he's extremely rich. And like, it's just like the same thing kind of over and over. So I'm kind of hoping that in the far future it changes and we kind of get out of that and see what it holds. It's very mysterious so far, just because like the prologue, I think you get a glimpse of like the future, then you start like where it kind of all started. So I'm super excited. That's all the updates I have so far on Flock. I think I have like 6 hours left of the book, at least on my Kindle, so hopefully we'll be able to finish it today. Here's a little update. I am 30% through the book, and it's like a snooze fest for me personally. People like rave about it. I don't really understand the hype. I think I'm gonna get to about 50% and then call it because I am just confused. There hasn't really been anything unraveling with this like group that this guy's in that she met, and there's no new information. It's still just like a mystery. There's other people in town that have like this tattoo, and it's like they're part of like you know they're part of like a society of some sort, but you still don't have any answers. It's still the same exact like story of like, oh, well, tell me about your family. Oh, tell me about your upbringing. But we already know the upbringing because she nonstop talks about her upbringing. So like there's nothing new to the story other than like her and the other main character have finally kind of like gotten into like a relationship-ish. Like they're basically kind of just like in the talking stages. I feel like he's still like a mystery. She's like slowly trusting him, that sort of thing. But that's it. Like you don't really have anything else going on. Like I need the drama. I need everything to be there. And it's mostly like just dialogue, I guess, like inner thoughts, which was like the same as Say You Swear, but it's just different, I feel like. And this one's just a little bit more boring because it's so repetitive. Like I think inner dialogue is fine, just as long as we're like moving on to some new things, you know, keeping it fresh. And so I'm just like, it's really hard to get into this one. I'm gonna continue reading until I'm 50% in, and then I'm calling it if nothing picks up, I guess, because I feel like at the 50% mark something should pop up, but I'm just not sure. So that's my final thoughts. Like I said, nothing really has happened. So, and even with her dad, like nothing's resolved with her dad. He's like out of town this whole time, so like they're not really even kindling their relationship, so there's no storyline there. I know nothing about Sean or Sheen, whatever they call him, and nothing about his group. I'm gonna go read reviews and see why people like this one, or if maybe it's the second book. I really don't know. Okay, let's go read some more because I need to find a good book like Say You Swear again. I need to. Okay, so it is the next day. Last night I was reading through Flock and I didn't even get to 50%. I got to like 150, maybe 140-ish pages into the book. I kind of called it quits on the book because I wasn't feeling it at the moment, and I don't know, like I just wasn't connected to the characters at all. I didn't really care for them either. I wasn't like excited that they were in a relationship. I wasn't getting like butterflies or anything that they were together. I've heard nothing but great things about this book, so I'm confused on why I'm not connecting with it. I've heard that it's heartbreaking, it's crazy. I'm kind of getting like Vampire Diaries, but not with like vampires, but just like that whole situation. It's this girl and she basically like likes all these guys, and yeah, so I really don't know. I didn't really get too much. I feel like at that point, 150 pages into it, if I'm not like immersed into the story, if there's nothing going on, like this whole secret like thing, brother thing, it was just so repetitive. So like at that point for me, I was like, I'm done. There was a lot more smutty scenes that I just like skipped over, wasn't a part of. So I'm extremely sad, but I'm really glad that we got one book out of the way. We liked at least one of the books that we read this week. So that is that. I'm glad about that. I will say the first book I believe was like Breakaway or something. It was like that hockey romance. And I've heard so many good things on TikTok about it, but that is if you like spicy books. And I'm not one of them. So take with that what you will. I guess TikTok really loves it right now. I did not Say You Swear, absolutely loved. Like I said, I feel like it would have been a 5-star, but just because of the way it was written, I gave like the writing like a 3, so it probably brings it to like a little 4-star. But like I loved it. The emotions were there. Some people say it's a slow burn. I do not think it's a slow burn, but maybe that's because I thought it was only 300 pages and not like 500 pages. Thank you, Kindle. So I really liked it. Highly recommend. Definitely a little like older-ish crowd book, I will say. So there's that. Some spicy scenes gotta skip over, but that was that. And then Flock just was not my thing. And I'm so sad because everyone, like I said, raves about it, loves it. So that is that. Hopefully next reading vlog is a lot better, and I cannot wait to share with you what I'm reading. I want it to kind of be a surprise, like, oh my goodness, guess what? We're reading the series. So you'll probably already know now, but that's that. And I hope you guys enjoyed today's vlog. It was a struggle, but we made it. But yeah, that is it for today's little reading vlog. I hope you guys enjoyed. If there's a book out there that you would love me to read, to review, tell you my thoughts, let me know, because I would love to try a new book, see what I like, see what I don't, and yeah. So yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed, and I'll see you guys later.